Episode 1 of Monarch Legacy of Monsters Season 2 starts right off the back of where we left off last season. Kong is on the rampage and looks set to destroy the Monarch facility. Towering over everything, he smashes his fists into the ground and throws debris, prompting our group to scramble to safety. Now inside the Monarch helicopters, the group scarper, but not before coming face to face with this giant ape, who roars at them angrily to leave. Now when Keiko awakens, she finds herself in a Monarch medical facility with guys in hazmat suits all around. She starts panicking, scrambling to try and find Hiroshi, and as she heads outside, she's shocked to discover Monarch have relocated from the facility onto a giant ship called Outpost 18. Now off the back of Kong's attack, they've got 16 dead, a dozen in a sick bay, and 2 others in critical condition. Now Tim and Vertigo survey the damage, but it seems like something else has got Kong spooked. Vertigo blames Tim, who's convinced that it's not just their meddling with the portals, but also something else that's got the giant monsters in a frenzy. Vertigo then introduces herself to Keiko, Kate and the others, who are not particularly happy about being kept in isolation. Keiko wants to go back and pick up Lee Shaw, but unfortunately that's off the table given Kong's current rampage. They've chalked Shaw up to collateral damage, especially as stepping foot on Kong Island is a suicide mission right now. Kentaro is willing to follow Monarch's lead here, believing Shaw is dead, but Kate and Keiko are not so sure. Naturally, it doesn't take long for us to learn Shaw is still alive, despite falling a fair distance, and he even sees the portal close behind him too. Keiko is unconscious for the time being, given the effects of being in Axis Mundi for so long. This leaves Kate some time to try and convince her father that they should go back and launch a mission to save Shaw. Our flashbacks in this episode jump to Santa Soledad in southern Chile, 1957. Shaw, Keiko and Billy are here, continuing their good work, but this time intending to prove that sea serpents exist. Alongside violent whirlpools and eyewitness accounts, Billy is confident that they're on the right path. Now in the middle of town, which looks like it's been ripped right from a Lovecraftian book, they find a strange well that has symbols all over the front. The pub is also full of hostile locals, who immediately grab Billy when he tries to snap a photo of a prized mutant fish hanging on the wall. Now one of the men, Thomas, almost kills Billy, but Shaw de-escalates the situation and manages to calm everything down. It's still a pretty tough situation, and Billy, given his lack of decorum and terrible social cues, doesn't pick up on the stares and suspicious glances from other people in the bar. When Billy is encouraged to go dance by one of the women, Lucia, Shaw and Keiko talk about their future plans. Now back in the present, Cora is propositioned with joining Monarch and ditching her friends. We've seen this play out before, but in this season she's not about to follow Brenda's lead. Instead, Kate pleads with Cora to help them instead. She works to serve as a distraction for Tim, which she's comically bad at, but somehow it still seems to work. Her idea is to distract the one person watching the monitors before the others steal a speedboat and head for Kong Island. There's a storm wall surrounding the island right now that's closing in faster than the group thought. They have maybe 6 hours to figure this out, otherwise they could be in big trouble. They land on a stretch of beach and prepare to head inland, but of course this is no ordinary island. Alongside Kong, there are a number of other nasty creatures just waiting to take them out. Now the gang wander right into Kong's territory, where they find him fast asleep. The gang sneak past him, but Kate nearly gets crushed by Kong's hand. They do eventually manage to find the ship, but it's in rough shape and they need to fix up the power supply too. Now while Kentaro heads off to sort out the power, he has a close encounter with several monsters, and it's touch and go for a while as he and Cora turn on the power together. Kate confronts her father while they're alone about the secrets he's kept regarding his 2 families. Now Hiroshi apologises and explains he wasn't thinking at the time. Kate wants proper closure, but that's not going to happen right now. Elsewhere, Tim meets Keiko on board the ship and gushes over her expertise. She wants her to restore Monarch back to its glory, and Keiko believes they can use the scanners to avoid Kong and sidestep him and get back to their base safely. Vertigo is not willing to risk any more people for this plan. Eventually Monarch do find out about Kate and the others' mission, but it does take them a while. Only then do they decide to head out and try and stop the group. Before they go though, Vertigo shows off footage from the night of Kong's rampage. Here Keiko notices something very familiar, and that brings us back to the flashbacks involving our trio. Now the camera footage of that strange creature rushing past in the chaos matches the same remains of the monster hanging in the bar. Now on the dance floor, Billy learns from Lucia that the reason for all this hostility is that the townsfolk here worship the sea creature like a god. In return for worshipping him, the sea provides. They will do whatever they can to protect their secret, killing if need be. At that night, Billy relays what he's learned to Keiko and Shaw, who convinces Lucia to show them what they're hiding before leaving. As she brings them down to a cave and, in particular, a set of markings showing what looks like a kraken. Back in the present, Keiko joins Monarch as they send helicopters into Kong Island, determined to get Kate and the others back. They immediately find the base and the crash site, but Hiroshi is loath to try and turn this on. Kate convinces him to do so and ignores Keiko and the others, who plead with her not to turn the machine on, given they could unleash a number of creatures into their world. Kate ignores them, turns the machine on all the same, and Shaw manages to spot the ship land without a hitch on the ground. He races over, ahead of a bunch of spiky creatures, which happen to be the same mini titans that we've been seeing glimpses of across the episode. Shaw scrambles inside the ship and turns it on, and although Shaw does manage to make it back through to the other side, he's unfortunately not the only one. A giant tentacle creature, dubbed Titan X, also manages to make it through, and snatches up Vertigo with its tentacle.
Oh no! Anyway.
The rest of the group are in shock as the monster leaves the area, while Shaw kills one of the small creatures that manages to get inside the pod, and he makes it back to our world. Unfortunately, he's not alone though, as Kong rocks up too. He's pretty pissed and smashes the machine, which in turn closes the rift. With Vertigo dead, the group scramble for the helicopters and leave while Kong is pissed that another big creature has got out, unleashed into our world. So Monarch is back, and after the drama in season 1, thankfully we don't go the same route as Invasion or Stranger Things and just smash forward in time and pretend like everything is okay. Instead, we're thrown right back into the end of season 1, with Kong on a rampage and clearly meaning business. However, it's also clear he was just protecting his territory and stopping something far worse from getting through the rift. The first chapter largely works to reintroduce our characters and a big threat with this Kraken creature, dubbed Titan X. That's not confirmed in universe yet, but it's a decent threat to contend with all the same. The flashback should work to flesh out more of this creature's origins and why it's so prolific and dangerous. We get a lot of monster action this episode too, which is definitely one of the big complaints people had about season 1, especially the middle slew of episodes. It does seem like the creators have listened to fans, although I do appreciate it's only episode 1. Now the writing still has a few hiccups here and there. We're led to believe that despite having sonar, radar and tons of cameras everywhere, those people on Monarch's ship took hours to notice high profile rebels leave for Kong Island, and that includes visually ignoring a speedboat in a vast empty ocean heading for the island. The same island, I may add, that they have constant surveillance on and were bragging about throughout the episode. However, beyond these issues, there's plenty here to whet the appetite, and that ending hints that we've got lots more drama to come in the future. Roll on the next episode. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.